Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this session we are going to see what are the process framework and activities and what we have to do while doing the software project. Okay, so let us go for the session. So first one is the process framework activities. So what are the process framework activities we will see now. So this is the diagram for the process framework activities. So this is called as a general process model. So in order to develop a software product, we will go some process, some activities. In previous session, we have seen that. So process is nothing but a process is defined as set of activities set of actions and tasks. So by using set of activities and set of actions and set of tasks in order to complete the work product. Work product is nothing but the software or whatever the system what we are going to develop. So that is called as a work product. So the end what we are developing, it is called as a work product. So process is nothing but it is defined as a set of activities, set of actions and set of tasks. So in order to complete the work product. So this is a process. We said this is process in previous session. So what is a framework? Framework is nothing but it is a model. That means we have to follow the model. So in order to develop a software project or software product, whatever the thing we have to develop, so we have to go for the one model. So that is the framework activities. So they define some framework activities. So that is called as a process framework. So what is the process framework is nothing but it is a model. So what we do in this framework? So in that framework we have some activities. So we call it as a framework activities. Okay. So what we do in the framework activity is the first one is sum of task sets. So the task sets will contain the work tasks, work products, quality assurance points and project milestones. So in order to develop a product, we have to go for a sequence of these steps. Like that we have to go for the n number of framework activities. Why? Why we have to go for this? Because, for example, you want to develop your own project. So let us say that project is the developing of some website. Okay. So in order to develop a website, what you people do? So first you have to go for the environment. So which environment you have to develop the web page? So first you have to select the environment. Before going to the selecting of the environment, first you have to know the requirements. What are the requirements in order to develop a website? That means, so that website is meant for what? So website is meant for what? Is for business purpose? Or it is meant for any information purpose? Or it is meant for any activities purpose? That means whether it is a website for the traveling purposes or whether it is a website for the Wikipedia, that means we have to provide the information regarding anything like that, or you have to developing a website for the business purpose, that means Amazon, Flipkart, like that. Okay. So in order to develop a website, first you have to check so what type of the business they are doing. For example, if it is a business website like Amazon or Flipkart. So what type of business you are going to develop? So in Flipkart we have the many of accessories we can able to see. So what type of accessories? So how can we provide to that? So is there any website regarding those accessories? So how that website is revealing? So how we can provide in more effective way so that we can attract the customers. Like that the software has to develop, has to think of first that one. So then go for the environment. In which environment it has to develop. That means what are the programming language he has to use, in order to develop the website. So what is the database he has to connect. So these are the things, some things they have to maintain. So that is the framework activities. So in order to achieve those activities, we have to go for some tasks. So for example, that website is only meant is a business one like Flipkart. So first you have two types. One is the front end and second one is the back end. Let us say. So you are developing a website which is meant for the business purpose. So one is the front end. So any web page you want to create, so if it has to interact with the database, means it has to be data hand, it's a back end. Okay, so back end and front end. So two types we have divided. So in front end we have to go for the language, I mean coding purposes. We will go for the coding in front end. In back end, what we do? In back end, we will maintain the database. That means when you log in, when you give the credentials in the login page, if you give the credentials, what it will do? So first, in order to sign in, you have to give your username and password. So when you given the username and password, what it will do? It will, when you after clicking on this sign in button, it will go for the back end. So it will check in the database whether your credentials is nothing but username and password. It is called as a credentials, login credentials. Is those credentials are within the database or not? If those are not within the database, the combination, whatever the username and password you have given, so it will not sign in. So it will tell what it will tell. It will tell, so username and password are the wrong credentials. Like that, it will give the intimation how it is giving. So in the database, it will check by using this button, sign in button. Okay, that means we created in the two parts, front end, back end. So because only one person cannot develop the whole project. Okay, only one person within one person hand will not able to complete the whole project. So there will be some teams. So in order to get the togetherness among the team, so these framework activities will be carried on. Okay, so first one is the work task. Work task is nothing but, so what are the tasks? That means what are the requirements they taken from the stakeholder. I said in the previous sessions, so whenever a project is going to be developed, the stakeholder has to give some requirements or what are the needs of him, what are the requirements of him. So according to that, so they will take some work tasks. So what are the requirements? So what the stakeholder requirements? In that session, I have given the example of the marker. So in this marker, I want two buttons. One is for the eraser and one is for the changing of the color in order to go instead of going to the over here and taking of this selection. Okay. So in previous session, I have given that example. So I am going with the same example. Okay. So in this marker, I wanted two constraints. One is the eraser button and next one is the color button. Okay. So that means those are my requirements. So the task are, what it will be the task? The task is, one is two switches we have to, two switches on the smartboard marker. So those are the tasks. So what are the tasks of the software developer? Two switches. One is the, whatever the switches, according to my requirements, two switches are required. So that is a work task. And next coming to the work product. So work product is nothing but what is to be developed. It has to be developed the one smartboard marker. They have to develop a marker for the smartboard. So I am writing SB as a shortcut for the smartboard. Okay. And next, quality assurance points. Quality assurance points. So what is meant by quality assurance points is, so after developing at each stage, see here we said two parts we will develop in two parts. One is front end, one is the back end. So while developing the front end, to check each and everything. So whatever the things, or whatever the icons or whatever the frames or whatever the options they have given. For each option they have to check while doing the project. While doing the project only they have to clear everything where the error is getting occur. Okay. So while doing that they will check the quality. So how the quality of the product. For example, the same thing. So two buttons. So first they arranged one button. Like let us say that is the eraser. So after keeping the eraser button over here, is there any problem with this marker while developing? So that means how the quality is working. So previously without buttons how the marker is working, and after keeping the two buttons how the marker is working. They will check the quality. So if the quality, that means after keeping the button, maybe the size of the marker can be reshaped. That means it may be in some cylindrical one, or it may be more weighted. So many conditions are there. So they have to check each and every point. So that is the quality assurance points. So to check the quality, how the quality of the product, is that quality is acceptable by the user or not. That is the quality checking. Okay. And next one is the project milestones. Project milestones are nothing but, so in order to develop that product, so whether they acquire any more advantages, that means which are not appear in the previous stages. So that means previous products, whatever there in the previous products, for example, this is the old product, this is the previous product. If they get the two switches on that, they will get the new product. That means they achieved what they achieved. They achieved one milestone. That means greater point one. With the old one, they replace it with a new one. So which is more modified one and more technological advanced one. So that is the milestones. Those are called as the project milestones, which are being achieved by the project developers while developing of the software product, which is not existed in the previous. Okay. So this is a set of the task like that for each frame. So say like in this front end, back end. While designing of the back end, they have to check each and every step. Well, is it connected to the front end or not correctly or not? Is the back end, that means server is equipped with more number of users at a time. Let us say, for example, the website that you are using, only not the one person will use at a time. Okay. In the world, so many of the users will interact with the system. Let us take our college website. Okay. So let us see our college website. So this is our college website, let us say. Okay. At the time of exam fee payment, at that time, so many of the users of our college, let it be 3,000 to 4,000 members are there. So 3,000 to 4 members students has to interact with the system in order to pay the fee payment. From our college itself. For JN2K, how many affiliated colleges are there? So many of the affiliated colleges are there. So let it be more number. From our college, only 3,000 to 4,000. From JN2K means most across 1 lakh, let us say. Let us assume 1 lakh students, 1 lakh to 4 lakh students. 4 lakh students are interacting with the system, with the JN2K system. Okay. So these many members, when interacting with the system, whether the database is actively acting or not. That means if the server is weak or not. If the server is weak at that time, so the site cannot be worked properly. So that is one of the disadvantage. So when more number of students or more number of users are interacting with the system, the server has to be very active. That means the work what they are doing, they can have to access each and every page very actively. So that is one of the tasks. So that is some type of milestones. That is also one project milestone. We can say server is working very 24/7. It has to be available in 365 days, 24/7. it has to be work. Okay, so this is the process framework. So you have, in previous session we have seen the umbrella activities. So umbrella activities means, so which are the product what we are developing in the framework, what we are developing in the process while developing a software project. So there will be some umbrella activities. So umbrella activities are nothing but quality checking. Next one is the technical reviews. That means we have to undergo some project reviews. So whether the project is working at each stage of the project. So we have to take some reviews from the stakeholders. Okay, quality assurance points and so on. So those are we seen in the previous sessions. Those are the umbrella activities. So software process is combination of the process framework as well as the umbrella activities. So both it is combining, we have to perform the software processing. And next, so process flow. We said that process framework. So in process framework, what we have seen? In process framework, we have seen the set of actions, set of activities, and tasks. Okay, what are the activities? What are the actions, activities, and tasks? Let us say. So activities, actions is designing part. That is the action. Activities are nothing but communication part. That means we have to interact with the stakeholder to take the what are his requirements, and task. So what is the milestones we achieved while developing of the project, and also some quality assurance, and also coding. So these are the tasks. Okay, so this is a process framework. So what is a process flow? So in order to develop your one project, in order to develop your one software project, what the flow of the process, how we flow in the process. Okay, let us say that. So in process flow, we have the 5 activities. So these are the activities. So what are those 5 activities? First one is communication, second one is planning, third one is modeling, and next construction, and lastly deployment. So what is communication? So communication is nothing but interacting with the stakeholder. So the stakeholder will come to the company and say, so these are my requirements, these are the needs I want from the software project. So I want this type of project. Okay. And next, planning. So according to the requirements, they has to plan. So what is the action we have to do? So the analysis part. So planning is nothing but analysis. So according to the requirements that the stakeholder given, what he has given. So according to that, what type of product we can develop. So what are the actions we have to take? So and is there any previous model like that? So what are the disadvantages to of that product? So how can we overcome all this? So what design we have to apply over it? So that is a planning. Okay. Next one is a modeling. See, let us say example. If you maybe I can explain with an example. So for example, you want to build a building. Okay. So first you have to select an engineer. So you will go to the you will approach the one engineer and will tell the engineer. So there is some place for me. So I want to build a house over that. So my house should be like this. My house should be this many of bedrooms, this many of master bedrooms, and this many of kitchen rooms, and this type of hall I require. So I told you all the requirements. That is the communication. Interacting with the engineer and telling the requirements, the type of house that you want. Okay, whether it is a duplex house or a single independent house, or it is a flat like that. Okay, apartment type. That is the communication. And next one is the planning. So planning, who will do the planning? The planning will be done by the engineer only. So according to the requirements, whatever the requirements I have given, he has to go over there. He has to visit the site. He has to see the soil and what type of building is suitable for that soil. He has to check the land is suitable for what type of building. So is it capable? How many stays it is capable of that land? Like that, he has to check each and every point. So that is the planning. So that means it depends upon the square feet of the land. In this square feet of land, which type of house we can construct easily, so that the user, what are the stakeholder, given the requirements, is satisfiable or not. They have to check. That is the planning. Next, we will go for the modeling. Modeling is nothing but the design. So the design with some CAD, some different tools they will use, and they will design the house. So this type of house it will be get for your land. So that is the modeling. And next one is the construction. Construction is nothing but they will implement the construction. So they will cement, iron, with all the materials they will construct the building. And next one is the deployment. After construction they will give to us. The same thing whatever the engineer is doing in the building of a house, the similar thing is applicable to the software product. So communication is nothing but only the things is the technical words differ. So here communication requirements given by the stakeholder. Who is stakeholder? Who is giving the project? That person is called as a stakeholder. We also call as a customer also. Okay. So planning. Planning is nothing but according to the communication they have to analyze each and every part. And next one is a modeling. Modeling means which design tool, which tools has to be used for the development of the project, which environment we have to use, which type of environment we have to use, which tools we have to use, which programming language, which language we have to use to develop the software product. So they have to use in this modeling. And next one is the construction. Construction is nothing but coding. So whatever the requirements they have taken from the first step to up to here, they have to implement in the form of a coding. Okay. And next one is the deployment. Deployment means in the user end, and that means the stakeholder will take the whole project into his system. So the project what they are developing is in the environment of the software developer environment, whereas in deployment it will be executed in the stakeholder environment. That means customer environment.